evening and welcome to this Week in Review. Tonight's stories include mentoring program started at A.J. Matthews School, the Coombs Pond Project. We were invited to the public library for a presentation. These stories plus community events, the BBS Playbill, Off the Rack and more coming up after this.
6 months ago, she didn't know what kidney disease was. Today, it affects every aspect of her life. Hours of dialysis don't leave much time for bedtime stories. She misses weekend camping trips. She misses family pizza night. And her daughter misses them too. Through research and patient services, the Kidney Foundation is helping to create a better life for patients and their families.
On Tuesday, March the 14th, we were invited to the A.J. Matthews Elementary School to see their mentoring program getting started. Approximately 90 students from the A.J. Matthews and the St. John's Central High took part. On Monday, the first 45 participants took part in the orientation, and Tuesday, the second 45 participants gathered at the elementary school gym for their orientation. At the registration table, the mentors and mentees were given a word and a name tag. Some of the words included butter, soap, first, and apple. One of the activities for the afternoon was word match. The mentors and mentees had to find their partners by matching the words, for example, butterfly, soap dish, first aid, and so on. Mrs. Benoit welcomed everyone.
Young people and old people come together. And it's nice to get an opportunity to talk about the old people. Now you're the old people back there. This is a very special occasion because it's the first time, actually yesterday was the first time, but this is the first time our school has had a program such as we have here today. The mentorship program is a program that it is a very valuable program, I think, in the community because it's not often that small children get to interact with teenagers, and you fellows have a lot to offer the small children, but also you have a lot to learn from them. So it's a nice opportunity for younger children in the community and older children in the community to work together towards building a positive spirit within the community. And that's why you're here, to help build this positive spirit in the community, support each other and work together to making our community all that it can be. And this program is probably one of the most important programs that any of you will ever become involved in. And hopefully we will make it work and continue for a long time to come.
The CIS coordinator, Valerie Sims Anderson, gave the group the rules. Next, it was on to the web game. Here, the mentors and mentees asked each other questions about themselves, like what is your favorite color? The group was then given a ball of wool, and when the leader asked them a question, the mentor or mentee had to take the end of the wool and then toss it to the next person, thus forming a web. Parents were encouraged to walk around and watch the activities. The information treasure hunt was another activity planned for the evening. The mentors and mentees were given a sheet with questions. The first group with all the right answers were given a prize. Some of the questions included, when was the old part of the elementary school built? And what would the afternoon of fun be without a snack? The participants enjoyed cookies and a juice. The afternoon was a great success for both the mentors and mentees, and they are looking forward to next Tuesday when they will meet again. This program is expected to last until the end of the school year. We thank the CIS coordinators for their invitation and wish them every success in this program. On Wednesday of this week, we walked through a part of the Coombs Pond walking trail. This was another 7-week project to help residents of Burgeo get enough hours to qualify for their EI benefits. When the project started back in February, there were 20 individuals hired to cut a trail. When the project finishes next week, there will be only 3 individuals left with the project. This project will be another attraction for tourists and residents alike. One of the first things we noticed while walking through the trail was the wonderful smell of the trees, the chirping of the birds and squirrels, and the different views along the way. One part of the trail takes you out around Aaron's Arm Point. The trail has been cut, but it's very rough in places. We were informed that this part of the trail will be part of a future development with bird watchers in mind. We went to the top of the hill just to give you an idea of the type of view you can enjoy in the area. When we visited the area, the workers were busy grooming the trail. The workers did an exceptional job with the trail. We hope to bring you more scenes from the trail on next week's broadcast. On Thursday of this week, we were invited to the public library for a very special presentation.
Mr. Burton gave me some pleasant news there last week, so I will let him take over now and make the great announcement for our board and to the staff of the Scotiabank. Mr. Burton?
Thank you, Jim. It's nice to be here to do what I've got to do here tonight. Some time ago, the bank recognized the involvement of the staff in their respective communities. They introduced what they call a Team Scotia community program. And after learning of the involvement of our staff, you know, we've got Josephine and Janet and Mary, I think it's probably your right hand here. Yeah. Into the fundraisers that you fellows had, you had 2 bingos, I know, and tickets on a barbecue.
That's right.
And you were successful in raising, I do believe, $2,864.
That is correct.
Well, we wrote our regional office, who in turn went through public and corporate affairs of the bank, and the end result is that we are pleased to support our staff and our public library by presenting to you a check for the matching amount of $2,864 here this evening.
Thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate it.
Kindly welcome. There's only one thing that we ask, and is the money be used towards upgrading and expanding children's learning in the library.
Well, Mr. Burton, I take this opportunity to express our thanks. The librarian, story hour teachers, and local library board would like to express our sincere thanks for the generous donation from the Scotiabank and staff. This donation of $2,864 will be spent exclusively for Children's Story Hour. Our plans are to invest $1,200 towards children's furniture. That would be for seating and for a cabinet to store the Story Hour supplies and for a bookcase to keep the Story Hour books into. And the remainder, approximately $1,600, would be spent exclusively on children's books.
Oh, sounds great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks to the generous donation from the bank and staff, the library will be able to upgrade their children's section and offer more up-to-date reading material for our young readers. Stay tuned for more of This Week in Review coming up after this.
It takes community to heal a village. In northern Mali, USC Canada works with local partners to find community-based ways to ensure mother-child health, food security, and jobs. Canadian agencies are helping to renew and strengthen communities throughout the developing world. This means greater opportunities for global villagers. Canadians in partnership, finding solutions that work.
As you are all aware by now, Dana Pink won the local Burgeo Speak-Off. Dana is a Level 1 student at St. John's Central High and the daughter of Max and Doris Pink, both of whom are teaching at the high school. Well, congratulations are in order once again. Dana traveled to Port aux Basques recently to compete in the regional Speak-Off, and she won first place. This means she will now represent Burgeo in the district Speak-Off in Stephenville on April 29th at the district governor's meeting. We wish Dana every success on the upcoming Speak-Off, and we will keep you informed of her placement. CEO of the Sea Cadets, Jeff Quelty, informed us this week that the Sea Cadet Corps here in Burgeo won the provincial Ride the Crest competition. Ride the Crest competition is similar to Reach for the Top. with all the questions being about the Sea Cadets. Mr. Quelty escorted Damien Barter, Glenn Tucker, Crystal Lee Han, and Justin Begg to the competition. The members of the winning team brought home a medal and a plaque for their corps. Mr. Quelty was very pleased with the team's performance. He also informed us that on Wednesday, March the 8th, they had an inspecting officer come to Burgeo to see how the Burgeo Sea Cadets was progressing. This is a normal procedure for inspecting officers to visit during the year. Mr. Quelty was pleased to inform us that our Sea Cadets have shown a vast improvements from previous years. Although their numbers are down, the quality of our Sea Cadet Corps is second to none. With the annual inspection just a little over 2 months away, we wish Mr. Quelty and his Sea Cadets every success, and congratulations to the team on winning the Provincial Ride the Crest competition. Now over to Deputy Mayor Barbara Barter with the Council report.
A regular Town Council meeting was held on Wednesday evening, March 15th. The following issues were discussed. With regards to the fish plant, a fishery forum is scheduled for Burgeo on March 25th. Whether this forum goes ahead depends on the attendance of some very key people. The town has erected several school zone signs in different areas around town. Motorists are asked to drive with caution in those areas. The 50th anniversary celebrations for the town, scheduled for June 17th, is still being worked on. Most of the activities have been finalized and others are in progress. With regard to the arena complex, meetings are being set up with government officials, hopefully to go ahead towards the end of March. Council approved one building application. This was for a resident to construct a new dwelling in the Furbies Harbour area. Council received a letter from Newtel advising of a $40 million network enhancement that is being carried out. Improvements to the exchange in Burgeo are scheduled to be completed by June of this year. Due to the rising cost of gas, the town granted South Coast Taxi a 50-cent increase in taxi fares. The town is presently in the process of trying to get some funding for a company to set up a plant for a 3-month period of time to analyze the town's water supply. A letter of complaint was sent to council with regard to the snack program at A.J. Matthews. 2 or 3 points that came from that letter that we should make viewers aware of, any viewer who writes a letter to council. And that is, number one, the letters to council are public, and we realize that the response was given on the news before it was given to the individuals. However, any writers of any letters to council have a right to attend the council meeting to hear the response in public. We try to get the news reported as expediently as possible, and therefore, if our meeting is Wednesday night, usually the response goes out on Friday for the Sunday evening news. The message from council with regard to the snack program was not intended to be one of negativity. Councillors support the program verbally, which is what the mayor said in his newscast, and we give credit to the school for creating and looking into and proposing the initiative. However, it is not within council's mandate to support the program financially. Thank you and good evening.
Stay with us for Off the Rack, the community events, and the BBS Playbill, all after this.
In West Africa, when rain is scarce, crops fail, forcing rural people to move to cities in search of a means to provide for their families. With the help of USC Canada, villagers in northern Mali are fighting the pressure to leave with projects focused on market gardens, small credit schemes, and improved soil conservation methods. Help the people of Mali fight back against desertification and drought. Support USC Canada today.
Off the Rack. This week, as we scanned our tape rack, we came across a snowmobile trip to Grand Brit when the snowmobilers stopped at the Oak Brook gold mine, and here are some scenes from Grand Brit as well. Let's look back to March 1991.
They're out-poured people without poured ways, but there's nowhere to use them, and now it's too late. And they curse on the one who uttered the phrase, resettlement now while resettlement pays. He sits on the dock and he looks across the bay and watches his memories as they pass on the waves, and he wonders what cards fate might have dealt if he'd told those officials to go straight to hell. 'Cause you can't take a man from the soil where he grew, unless you know how to solace his mind when you do. And for God's sake, don't say how much greener's the grass, 'cause those uprooted people saw it wither too fast. You can launch a house easy and tow it away, but the home doesn't move, it continues to stay. And the dollars you make, sure they'll keep you alive, but they won't soothe the heart and they can't ease the mind. He spits on the plank and the memories roll. The spring sun is shining, there's a lop in the cove, and the shoreline is dotted with lobster pot boys, but his boat's full of weeds and there's tears in his eyes.
Good evening and welcome to the community events segment of tonight's broadcast. I'm Jennifer Marks. The winners of the Burgeo Lions TV Bingo were Catherine Durnford, Cornelia Parsons, and Elsie Strickland. Congratulations to y'all. The Burgeo Minor Hockey will be hosting the next TV Bingo on Wednesday, March 22nd at 7 p.m. Cards are $1 each or $6 or $5 and can be purchased from any member of the Minor Hockey or are in most stores around town. Please support the Minor Hockey and play TV Bingo. The Drama Club at the St. John Central Hall would like to borrow old beds, cots, stoves, vanity or basins, couches or chairs. If you have any of these items and would like to lend them to the Drama Club, please call Sharon at 886-2040 or 886-1230. MHA Kelvin Parsons' office will be hosting a constituency clinic at the council chamber of the Burgeo Town Hall on Friday, March 24th from 11:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Anyone wishing to make an appointment, please call 1-800-518-9479. The grade class will be having a cold plate takeout on Sunday, April 9th. Cost per plate is $3.50 each. Anyone wishing to purchase a cold plate may contact Bernie at 886-2740, Michael at 886-2783, Corey at 886-2732, or Angela at 886-2947, and leave your name and the number of cold plates you would like to order. The Congregational Development Committee are updating the subscribers list for the Newfoundland Churchman. If you would like to have your name added or deleted from the list, please call Gloria at 886-2554 or Elsie at 886-2559. Please remember the Churchman costs money, and if you don't read it, please consider having your name deleted from the list. The deadline to call is Tuesday, March 28th. Open house for the A.J. Matthews School will be held on Monday, March 20th and Tuesday, March 21st from 2 to 5 p.m. During these 2 days, the students will be dismissed at 1:45. If your group or organization has an upcoming event plan, we'd be happy to advertise it for you. Just call the BBS office by Wednesdays of each week to have items included in this portion of our broadcast. That concludes the community events segment of tonight's broadcast. See you next week.
BBS Playbill. Tune in on Tuesday for a rebroadcast of Pansy's Garden. Try your luck on Wednesday by playing Minoraki TV Bingo. Following the bingo, we will have the popsicle stick bridge building competition. Tune in on Thursday when we'll have a video entitled Shopping Heart Smart. Join Pansy and the gang for 2 stories of craft and lots of fun on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on Pansy's Garden. And I'll be here again next week with This Week in Review. Please stay tuned now for the bandwagon. For This Week in Review, I'm Marie Rose. Good night.